the doctor. Nothing bad. I went to the doctor because I felt like I was having like circulation issues and stuff. Um, just in general, like um, I just felt like, so for me, those of you who know and don't know, I have PMOS, so I have hormone issues that cause like sometimes my periods go really long, sometimes they get real heavy, yada yada yada, right? Um, and so most of the time I just kind of bounce back, but I feel like this time I don't know, I just felt like lethargic, and I was like also not really sleeping well. You know, like I'm a night owl anyway, so I go to sleep real late. But I wound up like almost sleeping the whole day away. Like I was just very meh about a lot of stuff. And so I was like, who else can help me figure out my meh? So I decided to go to a Chinese medicine doctor. Because I knew they would listen to me. So I asked my friend Bella to go with me. And she found this one doctor, which it was so funny. I'll show y'all his picture. Not that he's not like good looking or anything, like you know, not anything like that. But I'm going to a Chinese medicine place, but this man, a white man, was like, okay, they're not expecting either of us to walk in here, and yeah, and so I went to go like talk with him, and I discussed what was going on. Um, he felt me up my wrists and my ankles, and I was like, my ankles are having a skinny day, so they're not gonna tell you nothing. um, and like that was fine, and he was like, yeah, I think you're still suffering like the effects of like anemia. He was like, even though like maybe you're on the spectrum of like, oh, it's normal. He was like, you could be at the low end of normal or not, where your body like normally operates. He's like, and it still would be, you would still show signs of anemia. So they gave me all the drugs. 7 days worth. As you can see, it's powder form. I don't know if you can see it through there. Maybe you can see it like this. Okay. I took screenshots of what the medicines were or are. So you can see what I mean. What they prescribed. They're only legally allowed to give me 7 days worth. So in 7 days, I need to go back and let him know how things work and if he needs to adjust and all that kind of stuff. So let me pause and open this because I've never taken Chinese medicine before. I've had acupuncture once. It wasn't it wasn't good or bad. It just was. So I don't have anything to say like about that. But anyway, I'm gonna take it on camera and let y'all know how it tastes. Hold on, please. All right, I'm ready. Okay, it don't smell bad. It don't smell bad. I got my. I'm not gonna show y'all because my legs out, but I got my drink ready. I don't know how I'm supposed to take this. They just said take it after meal, so I'm guessing I'm supposed to just throw it down and then drink. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna find out today. Mm. Ugh. At first it was fine and it was rapidly not fine. Oh my goodness. um anyway. I'm glad I didn't just have water in that cup, because I think that would have been a very bad experience. Anyway, I will update y'all in a week. Or at least if I notice any effects, if it makes me feel any better. Also, I will say that I'm very, very thankful and blessed to be living in a country that actually has good health care. And not only is it good health care, I have options for health care. I feel like so many of my friends in the US, and in some other countries too, do not have options about how they want to handle things that happen with their health. I think it's just like it's this or nothing kind of ideal. And even though I really haven't used Chinese medicine before, but I do know some of my friends here in Taiwan really, really believe in it. They're like, because the thing about the big difference about Chinese medicine versus Western medicine is Western medicine tends to give like, I don't want to say immediate results, because that's not necessarily true. They kind of focus on immediate results. I'll put it like that. That's a more apt description. In my experience. But in Chinese medicine, they focus more on the long term, like what's going on with you, what's the root of the problem that we need to fix. And yeah, for me it was, like I said, like hormone issues and whatever. And it's not necessarily the hormones I need to fix, but how my body has responded to the adjustment, right? So I'm very, very thankful to have lived here. Like, I didn't really take as much advantage of healthcare systems in South Korea and China. But in South Korea, I did have really good doctor experiences because their dermatologist was top notch. I was like, this is crazy. This is amazing. Okay. But having lived in Taiwan the longest, it is, it's one of those where like things have happened. And those of you who have been following along with my videos and stuff, you know what I've been through, especially in the past year and a half, 2 years, with the diabetes, losing weight, gaining some weight back, low blood sugar all the time, like the almost like possible tumors, and it's just craziness, right? And I, honest to God, can't imagine if I had to deal with that in the US. Like if I had to go from doctor to doctor, not being listened to, because I don't feel that in Taiwan. I've had so many women tell me, like, and not to say that it doesn't happen, because it does happen, especially if you're plus sized here. That's one of the first things they tell you: you need to lose weight. Since losing weight, I actually have had a doctor tell me that, and I was like, okay. Anyway, so but I do feel listened to here. Like when I come in with my concerns, I kind of like have jotted everything down, and I'm like, this is a concern, this is not normal, yada yada yada. And I do feel listened to, even if that particular doctor can't help me, they at least listen and be like, okay, I can't help you, but my colleague could, or this other hospital that we partner with, they could help you. And so I really appreciate that. I appreciate that, even though going through this for the past, like, different health things for the past few years, is scary. It's freaking scary, man. And I not that I didn't already admire my mother, but I have a newfound admiration for how much of her life she spent in hospitals and in doctor's visits and in this, and still being brave enough to get up every day and still live and still love and care for people. And amazing. But having health stuff happen to you, especially when it's never been like that before, it's freaking scary. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because that's a lie. But yeah, thankful to be here, no matter where my journey and the rest of the life takes me. I'm glad that I'm here right now to figure it out. So yeah, thank you, Taiwan. Thanks for being you. Anyway, I'll update y'all later. Bye.